back. As you may possibly have guessed, I am wearing a Christmas sweater today. As you know, that time of year, it's December. And that means Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm actually in a very festive mood today, so that's why I'm wearing my Christmas sweater. If you're like me or like my dad, then you grow to appreciate puns and how they're everywhere, and they're just a unique thing about language. And today my sweater features a cat because I love cats, but it says Meowy Christmas, and it's just covered in different materials and textures, and it feels really nice. It's really soft to wear, and I'm really happy that I got it. So yeah, my dad actually bought this and sent it to me, and I had no idea what he was doing. Like, I was expecting a package from him, but I had no idea what it was. And it turns out it was a sweater. Like I said, I'm in a festive mood, and I've actually decorated my apartment a little bit with some wall decor, but also just some cute little knickknacks from the dollar store, like my little poinsettias in the vase, and I've actually received some Christmas cards from people, which was very nice. To be honest, I'm actually in the middle of writing out Christmas cards myself to people and hoping to get them in the mail in time for Christmas, so that's one thing I'm actually working on today. I can't remember the last time I've ever sent physical mail to people. I just want to make sure I do it correctly and that I don't make any mistakes regarding what I'm writing on the inside of the cards. So for this time of year, like right now, it's actually exam week. Well, for myself, exam week is just starting from Monday. Tuesday will be my first exam, but I decided to take some time for myself and to just get some Christmassy things started, or at least done, or at least begun before the big day comes. I decided to make a Christmas video because I literally put a poll on my Instagram account in my stories, and I was just trying to see if I would get responses from anybody. But I just thought it would be a cute and nice idea to have. I know that Christmas can be a hard time for people this time of year because there can be a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, and also it can also be a sad time for people who may be lonely or have lost a family member or a friend, or they just get really down on themselves during this time of year. But it can also be a very nice and very significant time of year as well, and a time where people come together and just share the love and care for just being nice to one another. For myself, it's going to be a little bit different for me. I'm just so used to being home, or if I'm not home exactly, in a different town with extended family or friends. But for me this year, I'm actually staying in Sarnia during the holidays. Like, I realize that this is a change, but I also realize that it's not a bad thing. I have a place to live, a roof over my head, food to eat, and a place to sleep, and that's very, very important. And I also have important people in my life too that are in town, that are here, and I'm happy that I get to spend time with them. So Christmas, to me, that can be a very big topic of discussion, but like I said earlier, it can be a very significant time in terms of negative or positive experiences. But for me, I think it's a very special time for people coming together and just focusing on people around them, and just taking time to appreciate what and who you have in your life, and showing that you care, that with food or gifts, or just being able to spend time with those people. I may not be an overly spiritual or religious person, and I don't mind if you are. It's great, that's awesome. You have your beliefs and traditions during Christmas time. But I just find for me that just being able to spend time with those you care about and love and who are in your life, that's just really important. I'd say a typical Christmas for me growing up. Well, one thing to note right now that like my parents, they split up when I was 12, 13, so it's a bit different, but the overall theme or overall like thing that happened with us is that we'd spend time with one another and do a lot of baking, a lot of cooking, and a lot of just lazy, relaxing evenings with the fireplace and potentially watching movies or getting in the general spirit of Christmas, especially with making a gingerbread house or setting out cookies and milk for Santa and just, yeah, being with one another. I would say the favorite part of Christmas for me would be the Christmas tree. We have our own fake Christmas tree that we take out and set up and decorate every year. And my favorite part was just to decorate the tree because I get to decide where each ornament goes. And I know it's the same ornaments, but it's just fun and kind of like therapeutic and relaxing seeing the tree all lit up and pretty and decorative. I could just sit and watch all day, just the Christmas tree, even though it's just not doing anything, just standing there and being nice. I must add too that my dad, I can't remember when this started, but for a number of years he would buy a decoration from this certain collection, and like I guess it's a tradition now that every year he would give me a new decoration associated with cats, and it'd be a new cat decoration and I'd find a spot on the tree for it, and I don't know, it's just a very cute thing. I'd say another common thing that my dad and I would do, we would go over to his friend's house, one of his close friends, and spend time with him and his family over the holidays. We'd just get together and have a big party and drink and just be social and have food and just get together. So, and that would also happen over New Year's too. It'd be a very common thing to buy fireworks and to set them off and just celebrate to ring in the new year. I guess it's more so after Christmas, obviously, but it still ties in during the holidays. Well, I don't know about you guys, but for me to get into the Christmas spirit this year, I've been listening to some Christmas music, especially on this certain YouTube channel that has some very relaxing, jazzy influenced Christmas music. Yeah, especially seeing that it's just getting closer every day and it's mid-December and Christmas will be here before you know it. I just figured I'd take my Christmas in small doses because I find that after Halloween, it's a bit too early, in my opinion. I really feel like Christmas, or people shouldn't start getting into doing their Christmas celebrations or thinking about Christmas until after Remembrance Day. Personal preference, I just think December 1st is then when you can actually start and focus on Christmas things. However, I find that the only exception for Christmas, like before December, is that when people buy gifts or get gift ideas throughout the year. I feel that if you get something or find something, find that unique thing or create that unique thing for someone early in the year, that could be one less thing to stress or worry about come Christmas time. But just personally, I find people who mention or just I see Christmas things in stores like immediately after Halloween can be a little bit overwhelming. So while I won't be home in Newfoundland this Christmas, I am happy that I'm in Sarnia. So I should also mention as well, the Festival of Lights or the Celebration of Lights is happening at Centennial Park. I think it began either November 21st or November 28th, but it's on right now and until I'd say early or mid-January. Yeah, I've yet to make my way down there this year, but I went to it last year, and I thought it was really nice that they had all these different lights set up and the way it's decorated and the way it looks. I feel like I was a moth in a past life, because sometimes when I see colorful lights, I just, I really like absorb it or take it in or really look at it, admire it. I was also thinking too that Newfoundland has some Christmas traditions, but I was also wondering what you guys do. Do you guys have any traditions in your family, or what you do personally around Christmas time? Do you go out and see Christmas lights? Do you go caroling? Do you eat certain foods only around this time and you look forward to it? Or do you have any silly or quirky activities you do with friends? Like, I'm curious. It'd be nice to know. Being a Newfoundlander, we have some unique things in our culture. But for me specifically, I know I am a Newfie, but I don't do every single thing that a Newfoundlander does. And I don't know if that makes me less authentic or inauthentic at all, but still. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the tradition of mummering, but it is a thing unique to my province. I've never done it personally, but it can be a very fun and entertaining thing around the holidays. Okay, people dress up in like the weirdest clothing they could find. It could be like people try to disguise themselves in such a way that their faces can be covered. They wear really quirky clothes, like really old clothes found in your closet, or rubber boots, or pillowcases over your face with just weird faces painted on it. Sometimes if you hadn't heard of this before, you might get a little freaked out, but it's all in good nature, it's all in good fun, and people come over to your house and there's music and there's food and dancing and singing, and people often ask, any mummers allowed in? So people who are dressed up in costume, they come over and just have a grand old time, and what you've got to try to do is guess who is underneath the costumes, and yeah, that's the main goal when you see mummers come around your house. And I don't remember anybody coming around when I was a kid, and I don't remember really particular going to anybody's house that had mummers, but I could be wrong and just not remember anything. So, but I hear it's really good fun. Perhaps I should actually start the tradition here in Sarnia. Maybe if I could round up some Newfies, maybe we could do something like that. I don't know, but I haven't gone around town yet to really see or gauge how many Newfies are here. I'd say as for gifts though, personally, I really don't ask for anything. I mean, I've been in a situation where I've been very grateful for those who have got things for me growing up, and I've been very fortunate that my parents, when I did ask for things or stuff, that they made sure I got it. Be like a certain toy that I wanted, or like a Walkman, or like my own house phone, like, well, just my phone for my bedroom, that kind of thing. I just remember, yeah, they really cared for me, and that, but they worked really hard to get what they wanted and what they wanted for themselves to be able to provide for me in that way. So for me now, I really don't ask for much unless it's like one thing I really need or consider it useful. But other than that, I just wish for happiness and goodness for people, because you don't know their story, you don't know their personal and internal struggles. And what I just want for people is to be able to feel safe, to feel happy, and to know that they're appreciated and welcome and valid, and that people do and can care for one another. So so I know this video may be a little bit on the shorter side this time around, but I figured I'd just pop back on YouTube again and make a cute little Christmas one. And I should also say too, I actually went to the store and I was craving Cinnabon. I was craving cinnamon rolls. So I went to the store and bought one of those homemade cinnamon roll thingies, and I'm gonna actually attempt and bake them later. So I may or may not shoot or film the process of baking those cinnamon rolls, those simple cinnamon rolls. If I do that, it'll probably be on Instagram perhaps, but we'll see. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. So I'm always welcome for comments and suggestions, and of course new subscribers. But to conclude today's video, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. So have a great day, guys.